If this is not the same old classic story that we see all the time. But then women blame men, talking about men ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. Not saying that the man didn't have any fault in this, but you gotta put your responsibility in there too. Because if it wasn't for you, a lot of that crap that you went through wouldn't have happened. Now, what I'm talking about is a show called For My Man. The name of the episode is Boy Next Door with Shyla Ryland. Now, I watched this episode a few days ago with my wife and my sisters, and I was like, yeah, classic, typical story. We already know. She was with a good guy that helped her take care of her kids. He was responsible, blah, 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 all that crap, right? She also started cheating on that guy with a so-called bad boy who disrespected her and her kids, who got her involved into a life of crime. The only reason why she didn't serve a whole lot of time in jail, I'm skipping forward because this story is, the show is like, give or take, hour long, whatever. The only reason why she didn't spend a whole lot of time in jail because she came forward and she confessed in her part in the crime that was committed. So she served about 4.5, 5 years, something like that. Missed out on her children. She ended up having a baby while she was in jail by the so-called bad boy. What else? I'm trying to remember everything because I saw this a couple days ago. And at the end, she's going to say she wished she would have never left that first guy. That first guy was the one that was treating her right, and she wanted to tell her story so other women wouldn't make the same mistakes. I'm thinking in my head, shit, too late. These women don't care. They just want that excitement, that thrill. Just like she openly admitted. So she got into a life of crime with this bad boy, robbing people, selling drugs. She was being verbally and physically abused by the guy. He disrespecting her kids. But the first guy that she was with, well, the guy before this one, the good guy, she left him and he took on the responsibility of her and her kids. Now she come to find out at the end that man moved on in another relationship and got married. And look at you, spend time in jail, missed out on your kids for 4.5, 5 years. Yeah. What kind of example? She had a boy and a girl. What kind of example were you setting for your son and your daughter? That's why when I was watching this episode, I was telling my wife and my sister, I was like, I get it, y'all women got this, y'all feel like y'all got this empty hole inside of you and you want it filled. I get it. Because men feel that way too when we're in relationships. But the only problem is you have to think about your kids. You have to. So it comes to the point to where you're like, should I do this or should I not? See, the motherfuckers used to say, once you have kids, life ain't about you no more. It's about those kids. Now, if you don't want it that way, never have kids. So yeah, that's what this is all about right here. And the crazy thing is to me that it's like this is a never-ending story. Every woman does this. They fall in love with the bad guy because they want that thrill. They say they feel safe and loved and protected. Well, most of the time, no. Most of the time, that's a no. I encourage y'all to go watch this episode. Now, of course, y'all know I can't play it because of copyright. So that's why I have this screenshot, and I looked it up. It took me a while to find this. So I looked it up, and I said, I am more than willing for y'all to go and watch this episode. If I can find the link for this episode, I'm gonna put it in the comments, pinned to the top. I want y'all to watch it. I want y'all to watch it. Here's the thing. I know this stuff happened personally because it happened to me. It also happened to one of my former neighbors and one of my sisters. Did the same crap. Now they wish they was with that first guy. They treated them right, took on responsibility of their kids, blah, blah, blah. All because, they wanted that thrill and that excitement of a bad guy. Now look, but the good guy's hardworking, devoted to you and your kids, not his kids, your kids. You mistreat them, you don't want to be with him. So she cheated on that guy with the bad guy because she felt some type of way with him. And it's like, okay. So don't get mad at your life in the end. Now, that guy was a horrible guy. Yes, he was. He did a lot of wrong. But I guess what we're trying to say here is this. Why is it that when we're trying to tell you what's going to end up happening, you argue and you fight with us, and then what we say happens, more than likely. It happens. Then you're like, well, I thought this, well, I didn't know. No, you knew because I told you. Same thing I be telling my daughter. I didn't know. Yeah, you did because I told you. You can't come with that I didn't know crap. I told you. So I'm encouraging y'all to go watch this episode for my man. Like I said, if I can find the link to the video, I'm going to leave it pinned to the first comment to the top. Or if I can't find it, there go the title. Look it up. Watch that video. Well, with commercials about an hour long. I say without them, maybe 40, 35 minutes, give or take, whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, classic story of what everybody been saying. Now, she got a record. I think she got out. She had found a job somewhere. I forgot exactly what they were saying. But it's like, you gave your kids away to your mom. She said she felt bad for that because her mom already was taking care of her own kids and her little young sisters and brothers and nephews. Nieces and nephews, I'm sorry. Now you add on your two kids and then plus the extra baby you had with the bad boy while she had the baby while she was in jail. Excuse me, I know I just said a lot there. And I got a little tongue-tied. But yeah, she had the baby while she was in jail. I ain't gonna give away too much of it. It's just a classic story. And my question to y'all ladies is, when are y'all gonna break this cycle? It's a never-ending cycle. When y'all gonna break this cycle? Thinking you with this guy that's he puts you on fire. But then you realize oh my God. The only reason why she didn't serve a whole lot of time in jail is because she came forward on what happened, and so they gave her a really, really reduced sentence. She could have been facing up to 30 years in jail. But she came forward and she said, look, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. So they said good behavior and the fact that she confessed, she turned herself in, they gave her 4.5, 5 years. So she missed out on that time from her kids. Only good thing about that is them kids were real young. So she have time to make all that up. Well, try to make it up. So, like I said, the comment's gonna be pinned to the top. if I can find it. But that's a question for y'all ladies. This is a never-ending cycle. When are y'all gonna end this cycle? You see this guy ain't no good, why you with him? Get with the guy that's devoted to you, and in this case, to her kids, not his kids, her kids. Yeah. So, with that being said, go ahead and watch it, please.